Brent and Sarah, the mom, 40-year-old Alexandra Polino, is now facing several charges in connection to the 10-month-old baby's death, including manslaughter and risk of injury to a child, after officials say the baby ingested the deadly drug fentanyl. Nearly 3 months after a 10-month-old baby boy died in New Haven, the child's mother is now facing charges. The medical examiner ruling the infant's death a homicide after determining the child died after ingesting drugs, including fentanyl.
Fentanyl is a really potent synthetic opioid, 50 to 100 times more potent than heroin is.
And the drug is increasingly responsible for child deaths here in Connecticut. The Infant and Toddler Fatality Report by the Office of Child Advocate found that between January 1st, 2019 and August 8th, 2022, 8 children died of fentanyl intoxication, described in that report as a new development in child fatalities.
Kids are incredibly vulnerable to the deleterious effects and can suffer the greatest harms.
Dr. J. Craig Allen is the Vice President of Addiction Services for Hartford Healthcare. He says fentanyl can be present in other drugs, and often is, something he says underscores the importance of keeping them away from children.
There's so much of the drug out there in our communities right now that it only makes sense to be vigilant, be aware, have naloxone, and if you're going to be using illicit substances, keep them locked up.
The Infant and Toddler Fatality Report states that the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner says it determines fentanyl intoxication deaths are homicides because, quote, the presence and accessibility of an illicit drug creates a clearly unsafe environment for a child. And the office considers that situation a form of neglect. For those struggling with addiction, doctors want people to know there is help out there.
If you are using these illicit substances and you want to stop, there are effective treatments that work and are available across Connecticut.
Polino was arraigned this week and she is out on bond. She's due back in court in November. In the studio, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.